Hey there, you guys. Trust you're all keeping well and in good spirits. As we near the end of 2024, I just thought we should reflect on the past year as a group and everything that's transpired this past year before we head off into 2025. Wow, 2025. Can you believe it? I certainly am battling to wrap my head around that. I don't know about you guys. It certainly has been a challenging year in many aspects. We've shared and experienced some terrible lows this year with the loss of beloved school friends. Some of our friends in this group have lost parents, partners, husbands and wives. And we as a group have lost old school teachers as well. So a lot of loss and sadness this year. We spare a thought and prayer with all those affected and bereaved who will unfortunately have to go through this first festive season without their loved ones with them. I speak from personal experience in saying there is no greater sense of loss than when celebrating in the absence of a recently dearly departed loved one. And we certainly feel for those who will experience this for the first time, or possibly yet again. But despite all these lows, and as is the case with virtually everything in life, there is always good times too, to help balance out the bad times, filling us with the courage and the hope to carry on. And so in 2024, we certainly also shared and experienced some mighty good, memorable moments. We celebrated together as many of you had milestone birthdays, turning either 50, 60, and possibly even 70 in certain instances. We celebrated as some of you became grandparents for the first time, or yet again, and as many of you found new love, or got engaged, and even as some of you got married. We all celebrated with you. So lots to celebrate and to be grateful for as a collective of old Dundee High legends this past year. But I'd be remiss if I, of course, didn't mention the biggest celebration of 2024 that took place on a wonderful weekend back in August at our old school, Dundee High, where over 400 old scholars, old teachers, and their respective partners and family members descended upon Dundee from far and wide for what we ended up coining the Legends Reunited Reunion. The first of many to come, hopefully. What an absolute privilege it was to have attended this reuniting of old friends and making brand new memories with them over that weekend. What an absolute highlight for all those who did attend. Once again, thank you to all who were involved in the behind the scenes, and then of course to all of you who did attend, and also to our old teachers who joined us as well, making the weekend even more memorable. It was wonderful seeing you all again after so many years. In some cases, over 40 years ago was the last time I'd seen some of you. You all looked bloody amazing. It was truly like we had teleported back in time, and I was seeing you as I had remembered you back in the 80s. I saw the teenage versions of all of you and the younger versions of our teachers. It really, really was magical. Also, meeting many of your partners was an absolute pleasure. You guys have chosen well. My only regret from that weekend was not being able to spend more time with you all. It felt like it just flew by. So hopefully we can correct that at Legends Reunited 2, which we're hoping to hoping it'll take place either in 2026 or 2028. We haven't decided yet. But certainly we'll be spending more time just mingling and catching up with a lot of my old friends. Okay guys, this was just meant to be a short sort of end of year message, so I don't want to go on too much longer. As you know, long speeches, or any speeches for that matter, aren't really my thing. So to end off, I just want to thank each and every legend on this group for being part of this special group. And all your contributions, even if it's just a simple like. That's still feedback that I appreciate. And all those contributions certainly make running this group all worth it. Thanks for helping us keep the memories of our school years and growing up in good old Dundee alive. May they live on. Growing up in Dundee during the 60s, 70s, 80s, as well as the 90s was certainly a privilege, which we might not have fully realized at the time. But in hindsight, very few would argue that it wasn't a privilege. So as I end off, I wish you all a wonderfully blessed festive season with your loved ones, and here's hoping each one of you and your loved ones experience a prosperous, healthy 2025, and may it be filled with many more highlights than lows. Mooi bly julle, en ons praat weer volgende jaar. Groete vanuit Ierland.